So Jordan Moore, John Jackson, we are joined by Clay Helton. Why don't you tell us quickly, Coach, what we're going to be seeing today for those of you watching on Pac-12 and here in the stadium?
Oh, what a great day for football to have a Saturday this pretty and to be back in the Coliseum. Really exciting for us, to have 14 practices and work all the techniques and fundamentals and now put these guys in kind of as close to a game simulation as we can. It'll have to be a little bit situational because of our depth on defense, but we are going to move the ball a little bit, put them in some special situations like red zone, like coming out from the -2 and move the ball a little bit and hope those fundamental and techniques that we've been working for the last 5 weeks carry over to this type of atmosphere.
Clay, you talk about fundamentals and techniques. I know that's a high priority for the coaching staff. What are the other high priorities in terms of what you wanted to accomplish this spring, what you have got accomplished this spring, and what you're still working on?
Yeah, we really wanted to have a physical practice, a real physical spring, and I thought we were able to get that done, from our team run segment, which we'll even do today, putting the ball down and saying, all right, we're running power to the right side 3 times in a row, and we got to get 10 yards to end the game, and the defense having to stop and the offense having to make it, and those type of segments and the competitive level that these guys have been under for 14 practices is something that I think has made us a better football team.
Well, all eyes today will be on the quarterback competition. You've talked about you're still in an evaluation phase with these 2 guys in particular, Max Brown, Sam Darnold. What are you looking forward to seeing them today, and what have you seen from them all spring?
Well, I've been happy with all 4 quarterbacks that have been here, even Jalen Green, Matt Fink. I think each one has progressed. You really anticipated Max Brown coming out here, being very poised, being a game manager. It's his 4th spring, and he's done a tremendous job of that. What I was not anticipating is how well the young quarterbacks have been playing, Sam's had a wonderful camp. Jalen has too, and Matt, for being a kid that's just shown up on campus, is doing nice things. Because usually when you get really good quarterbacks together, there's not supposed to be much of a gap, and there isn't. Max is definitely in the lead, but these other young kids are chasing them really, really hard, and I look forward to seeing how this atmosphere, how they react to it.
One thing that both of these quarterbacks or the quarterback position will benefit from is there's a lot of experience and skill at the skill spots, the receiver in particular, running back spots. How has those positions come along this spring? We've all seen them become great players, especially last year as they started to develop. But how much more improvement have you seen from those 2 positions, running back and receiver, this spring?
I anticipated it from the wideout position, how deep it is. And it was neat to see some younger kids that people got to know, like Deontay Burnett, really stepping up into the fold, and then 2 young kids in Michael Pittman and Josh Idebebe come on and really do some nice things this spring. You expected it from the running back position, and it has been with Rojo and Ced Ware and Dominic Davis and Justin Davis, where I think we've really progressed as a tight end position. I see the maturity coming along in Taylor, Tyler, and Daniel, something I was really hoping for. They were really thrown into the fire this camp of really getting balls to them, and they've done a wonderful job. We are really balanced at all skill positions right now.
I know a lot of these fans that are already here cheered when the announcement was made that Clancy Pendergast would return to USC. How has the team taken his defensive system this spring?
He makes it so simple for him. It's so easy to pick up, and you can already see the communication happening from the secondary to the linebackers to the defensive line. The kids are playing really fast. He doesn't have a lot of calls. He teaches them exactly what to do, how to line up and go play. And he's like myself, he's a fundamental technician of the game, of teaching those fundamentals and techniques to young people. So he's definitely the best recruit that we signed, in the signing period. And to talk him come to the NFL back to SC where he loved it, being here was a huge advantage to us.
Continuity is always important on the defensive side of the ball, and I know that's one thing you want to get accomplished this spring. How realistic is it for the defense to be able to come together in the limited amount of practices? How much further do they have to go? Because there are a lot of new faces on the defensive side.
We have a long way to go. Are we further ahead of where I thought we'd be? Yes, we're further ahead than I thought we'd be, but thank God we've got 29 practices left before the first game because we're not a finished product. We need another training camp. We've got some young faces that are out there, and to be honest with you, we got 13 new kids that are going to be coming in. A lot of those kids are defensive players, and we had a lot of injuries that are coming back. A Chris Hawkins, a Cam Smith, a John Plattenberg. Sandberg, those type of faces coming back into the fold also. So one, we got to get healthy. Two, we need 29 more practices.
Well, I'd be remiss while we have you if I didn't ask you about your new boss that you got this week. Lynn Swann named the new USC athletic director. We will talk to him later. Hopefully be able to show that to everyone here in-house as well. But, what did you think about the appointment of Lynn Swann? And of course, you had him out to talk to the team this week.
You hear all the things about class, character, professionalism, and then you get to meet the guy, and it's just absolutely true. Just blown away. I don't react to movie stars, even though we're in Hollywood, but the hair stands up on my back of my neck when you get to shake Lynn Swann's hand. And, his message of graduating our players, winning championships, and creating the ultimate experience, college experience for our student athletes, it's a very strong message. It's one he truly believes in, and it's great to hear. It's something that everybody gets behind. He's going to be dynamic. I think Max Nikias did a tremendous job in making the decision.
And Clay, with your transition, this being your first spring ball, with you being at the helm as a head coach, how have you felt it's gone so far for you personally in terms of adapting and getting the players where you want them to be?
Yeah, I've had an advantage because I've had several ball games now to be there, and it's not like a new head coach coming in a new situation. I've got 6 years worth of relationships with these guys. I've sat in their homes. I've built relationships. It's not like you're having to figure out which piece of the puzzle goes where. Personnel-wise, you know what each guy is about. So I've had probably a better advantage than most new head coaches around the country.